Ladies and gentlemen, we have a case study today. Can you call the day low of Tesla in real time before it hits? Even in the pre-market, could have you called today's low in Tesla yesterday? Was it even possible? How about interactive brokers? Could have you called the day low in that as well? How about another question? Did your 1 minute strategy work today? For accurate results in making money in the market or precise daily stock levels or game plan in Forex, I'm going to show you guys the reaction timing test as promised, our full stock analysis. I am Mark Melnick. This is the Newsbeat Show. Oh, everybody is full of just magical things here today in this sort of environment. I mean, you scour the entire internet. Maybe you've read 100 books. Maybe you've had interesting interactions. But, ooh, maybe I have to be careful about what I say here today. Maybe me revealing something in the market that is just phenomenally consistent is actually taboo. And the truth is, it really is. There's people who really don't like me sharing some of these strategies. And I'm not saying there's going to be like I'm taking out the garbage one day and it's like, since I live in New Jersey, like a Sopranos type hit job comes out and whacks me off. But I'm just saying there's not a lot of people who like what I share on the internet, and that has become very obvious. And I'm not going to give example from peers in the industry, but there are a lot of people who are mad at what I'm doing because what I am actually doing is I am making people's systems obsolete. And I got some very interesting emails in the past few weeks, including one yesterday, using a select choice of words. I'm not going to reveal who said it, but I do know the person, and there's apparently this anti-Melnick movement. I mean, I looked on Google. There are no like websites bashing me per se, but there are people out there who do not like me sharing these strategies with you. So, in honor and in thoughtfulness and my response, I am going to share with you the strategy in a very extremely detailed case study because that's how much I care about people's feelings if you don't like me sharing my strategy. If my strategy makes yours obsolete, take my strategy, make money, build upon it, help the people around you. Stop with this self-serving BS with the stuff that you're spewing out there. And that's how I feel. And I've gotten some very nasty emails, and it was regarding my case study, despite it's like some of T3's most hottest videos coming out right now on Facebook and YouTube. So I'm just sitting there, I'm like, what? Like, it's funny. You get like 50 emails saying, "Oh, Mark, thank you. This is amazing. This is gold. This is this is it." And then that one email saying, "Mark, blah 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 blah. You can't do. Only you can do this stuff. Other people can't do it." And I'm not dropping the person's name because I'm not out to give them notoriety. But I figured, what better way than to have a case study just to show you how much I cared about your email. I am going to share with the world of whoever watches this video exactly what you can do to make money consistently in the market. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to show you a very simple chart, just candlesticks and volume. Here is the chart of Tesla on the daily. Here is a chart of Tesla on the daily. And the question is, on this chart, I have one question for you. And here is the case study. Can you call the dead bottom today of Tesla using any form of technical analysis you know of? I'm going to give you a second here. I'm going to give you the chance to do it. I'm going to give you the chance to do it. I'm not going to say it right away. I'll give you 30 seconds. Just pretend you got the little Jeopardy theme song going. Alex Trebek is sitting there with his well-groomed mustache, ready to say, like, can you call the day low of Tesla? Now, here's the funny thing. I got a loving email today saying, Mark, I loved your videos and whatnot. I kept trying to draw the same trend lines as you. Sometimes they were good, sometimes they were not. I don't have any consistency with them. What should I do? So I went ahead and said, did you take my trendline course? It's one of the cheapest, most inexpensive, most effective courses ever created when it comes to chart reading and stock market trading. And the gentleman said, no, I haven't. And of course, it's a gentleman because ladies don't look for shortcuts. That's why women are better traders. So, what they actually did was they signed up for my course, they joined the room, and they crushed Tesla today. Dude messages me to my email saying that he made over $8,000 on Tesla today and he's a new trader and he's very excited and he can't believe it. And this was off the call that we had today in our room. So, I'm going to show you using any form of technical analysis. Can you call the day low of Tesla today? What if I told you that on May 23rd, you could have said that Tesla was going to bottom out here today? What if I told you you could have read into the future, a month and a half into the future, potentially, that Tesla could have bottomed out here today? You would probably think I'm crazy. You would think, how the hell do you call a day low like that? And I'm going to show you. You guys thought I was just going to tease you and not put out? No, Melnick puts out on the first show. So go ahead, right over here. So taking a look at Tesla right now, look, very, very simple, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to draw a straight line connecting April 2nd to May 22nd. And again, a lot of you guys have become such huge fans of the trend line. It's changed your lives around. That's the reason why the Newsbeat live room is the fastest growing trading room in the nation, because we have the ability to do this. Now, normally you would look at this chart and you'd be like, oh, let's see, what trend line do I draw? Do I draw this? Do I draw this? And please keep in mind, I have probably over 50,000 hours. I could confirm 40,000 hours invested in this, in trying to figure this out. And you could draw all these trend lines all day, and you could just sit here and try to figure out how the hell we did it. But there's actually, if you follow my methodology, you'll realize that there was one simple trend line you could draw. And again, these people told me, like, stop showing these people this methodology. And I'm like, what is this, like the technical analysis mafia? Like, what are you gonna do? Or, hey, Mark, I'm gonna offer them a chart he can't refuse. Like, what is this? What is this, The Sopranos? So anyway, um, right over here, April 2nd low to May 22nd low. You look at the daily chart of Tesla. These are just simple candlesticks. This is just simple volume, and you draw this line. That's it. That's it. That's all you had to do, and you could have accurately called Tesla today. So what was happening in Tesla? I'll show you on the 5 minute. I'll show you real quickly here on the 5 minute what was happening and how we called it and what it sounded like. So here's Tesla today. Here's Tesla today, and it opens up higher and it just flushes and it's pulling down and it's down by 308. And I said, Blake, member of our room, who's also part of T3, brought it to my attention. You guys thought I was kidding when I said I will make more money off your ideas than I will off you signing up for any service. That's why we do so much charity work here. That's why we do so many good things for the world, to make the world a better place, because we just, there's more money in the market than anyone knows what to do with. That's what draws people into the job. Now, if we could turn people consistent and actually turn it into a living, that's when your whole life changes around. Most people, I found out, they're just one little rock push forward from getting over the hump. You know, when they show you the mountain and they show the person on the bottom of the mountain pushing the rock up, most people, like on this mountain, let's say this is the up part of the mountain, most people are like right there, just ready to like push over and get to where they need to go. So hopefully this helps. So this morning in Tesla, while I was going to 308, Blake was like, yo, where could this thing bottom out? And I'm like, 296.25. That's where I'm going to buy Tesla today, 296.25. And the stock is like 12 points higher. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So the stock falls, 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 falls. I kid you not. You see this yellow line here? This is the trend line I drew on the daily. Bottoms out at 296.22. We call it 296.25. It broke it by 3 cents. And we're not talking this little tight garbage name. We're talking Tesla. Tesla, the name that had an $18 range today. So what happened with Tesla after we called this bounce? Painless. You know how they have like painless dentistry and it tries to like suck people in because, oh, I'm sitting here with a drill in your mouth. Ha ha ha, I won't hurt you. I'll just inject you with some drugs with my little stinger over here. And then I'm going to go zzz, and you're going to be so zonked out, you're not even going to know what happened to you. How about while you're sitting there wondering what's going on in your mouth while you're half conscious, how about you just see your P&L going up and up and up and up and up? So what happened? We bought right here. A lot of people were buying at the dead bottom range of Tesla today, right in the dead bottom here. And the stock rallied $18 off my level. $18. Some people played better than me. Some people played worse than me. And a lot of people had very good days going through this. And of course, the running joke in the room today is, Tesla can't make any money, but they're having no problem. I'm not having any problem making money trading their stock. And that's exactly what happened today. So you were able to call the dead low of Tesla today. And I know you watch these Newsbeat shows. Do I call the dead lows in every name? Hell no, I don't. But the point is, when you do, you make a very there is nothing more satisfying than making a trade like this. This trade, by the way, people talk about reversing psychological toxicity from all the garbage and all the things that you have learned in the past that you weren't able to apply correctly. When you do a trade like this and you're buying a name that's just plummeting, you buy it at the dead low, and that could be the low of the day, because after we buy it there, we immediately say, guys, we hit 296.22, it starts going up to 297, 298, whatever. And we're like, guys, that could be the low of the day of Tesla. This is probably an overnight. Then, of course, Golan in the room is like, yeah, this is probably an overnight. And I'm like, you're damn right it's an overnight because, it has a very good risk reward of going higher. Climbs up, climbs up, climbs up, pops. So nothing more than a simple trend line. Nothing more, but by connecting the April 2nd and May 22nd low, you could have called the dead low of Tesla today just by drawing a straight line. Now, it's easy. It's easy if you think I'm coming to you acting like Captain Hindsight, coming to you telling you what you could have done in Tesla today, but we're doing this in real time. Yes, I am telling you what happened today, but I'm also explaining to you that this was predictable before the level hit. You could have looked this morning, and what do I mean by May 22nd? This trend line is legitimate until it hits again. Check this out. It came all the way back down and hit it today. Did you know that Tesla was down approximately $70 since Monday? From Monday's high, we dropped $70 in Tesla. Do you guys even realize that? To take a stock that fell $70 and nailed the day low by 3 cents. 3 cents. That is amazing. And to all you, my wife loves Taylor Swift. I thankfully can get her music out of my head, but sometimes it stays. And she has even the Taylor Swift ringtone when you call her. And it says, haters gonna hate, and like that's what she says. And after I read some of those emails today, I'm like, Taylor Swift just got it right all along. My girl Tay Tay knows her stuff. She just got it. Bottom line. So that's what we did. Do you guys want another case study? Great. I have more for you. I'm going to show you more. All right. Next question. Interactive Brokers, IBKR. And by the way, we're dealing with multi-billion-dollar companies. I'm not taking little garbage names. We're dealing with names where you could take size in if you wish to. Like mastering my strategy is practically infinitely scalable. Unless you're the first trillionaire known to humanity and you're just moving the markets with whatever you do. It's infinitely scalable. So here's a chart of Interactive Brokers. What if I told you on Interactive Brokers right here since April 2nd, you could have predicted exactly that day low today? Would you believe me? Of course you believe me because I'm going to show you it. And again, these are trades we do in real time. These are trades where we're buying off the day low. I'm not coming to you again like Captain Hindsight to the rescue saying, what would Captain Hindsight from South Park would say? He would say, Mark, first of all, you shouldn't give out your emails to people who don't like you sharing some of the most effective strategies out there, which is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I'm from the streets of Brooklyn. I've been in knife fights. I don't know if you could see, like, got a little, might be hard to see, but got a scar right there. That was a knife fight. I almost lost an eye. I don't know if you could see my scar. It's kind of hard on the camera. Right over there, you see. Like, so I've had a pretty interesting upbringing, so to speak, and I have never dreamed of seeing a garbage email like that, basically saying things. So that's why I'm giving you a case study because I'm going to teach you. So, case study number 2. Can you call the day low of interactive brokers using any form of technical analysis you know of before the market even opens? Now, did I call this before the market opens? No, I didn't. I called it in the intraday before it hit. Before it hit. Because somebody in the room brought this stock to my attention. Lisa, great call. As I say again, I will make more money off the members of my room than I will for any service you subscribe to. And IBKR, she happened to ask me what I thought about it down when it was pretty much like a nickel from day lows. And I'm like, Lisa, this is it. This is the day low right here. This is it. This is where we buy. And of course, when we say that, the direction went straight up and never looked back. But here's the question. And yes, I could have done it before the market opened. Here's the question. Can you call the dead low of IBKR today using any form of technical analysis you know of? And you could have done it before the market opened if you needed to. Was it possible to predict that ahead of time? Obviously, the answer is yes. And obviously, I'm going to show you. So all you had to do on Interactive Brokers was draw this line. All you had to do was connect March 2nd to April 2nd. Very simple, easy numbers to remember. March 2nd to April 2nd on the daily of this year. Just draw a line. Now, I know many of you guys are watching this right now and you think, oh, well, I got Mark's strategy. I know how to draw the trend lines. Ladies and gentlemen, just so I could just emphasize this again, I spent over 40,000 hours developing the exact trend lines to be drawn. When I design an algorithm, there's a reason why programmers want to draw the same trend lines that I do. I'm even working right now as we speak with a very, very extremely large company. I am not dropping any names. I am doing it right now as we speak today. I am employed and I am working designing these strategies. And I just thought I'll show you. I'll show you something late, maybe on a further Newsbeat episode. I'll show you a screenshot of what it looks like because it's just mind blowing. But they come to me and I'm actually teaching them how to draw these algorithmic lines. And again, they're paying me a lot of money right now to do this, a lot of money. So when I'm showing this to you, I would personally think of it like you need to take a course. And the course is $195. And I know there's over 100 of you guys in the room who will just sign up every single time for the course again and again and again because it's such an important tactic to learn. It's such an important thing to master that you know its effectiveness. I'm not saying sign up to pay homage. I'm saying sign up to make yourself a better trader because even though I'm showing you the line, you have to stop and ask yourself, well, why did you use that line, Mark? See, that's the $1 million question, and those are questions I answer during the course. I need to show you what interactive brokers now look like on the 5 minute after we bought it. So here's the trend line we drew on the daily, came down, hit it right over here. We said 60.03 could be the bottom. Day low, 60.03. Oh, what a coincidence. And the stock went straight up. And we bought $60 calls, and I'm still holding them overnight, and I even added to them because that's how beautiful this interactive brokers is. And again, the stock only went up 80 cents from where we bought it. I get it. It's not the biggest move in the world, but that is the level. I mean, as Interactive Brokers is falling and falling, you know how many traders are trying to catch these bottoms? I'm telling you, there's an effective way to do it, and that's what we did today here live in the room. Now, of course, if you watch the prior Newsbeat show, you have to stop and you ask yourself, did your 1 minute strategy work today? And the answer is hell yes, it did. And I also have another gift for you guys. I'm going to share with you the reaction speed test, and I'm going to even show you a demonstration of it. And this reaction speed test is going to help your brain react when you see all the numbers to be calm, collected, and act in an appropriate manner. You know, you ask some NBA players, they go to the free throw line and they throw up a free throw, and it's like automatic for them. They don't even have to think about it. It's kind of funny. There was this NBA player, and they say, I forget his name already, it was a guard on Denver, Muhammad Abdul Rauf. That was it. He was like the Steph Curry of the time. And he says when he used to shoot free throws, he would just close his eyes and he would just be as accurate with his eyes closed as opposed to open, because he says it just happened so much that reacting properly in the situation was like automatic for him. So I'm going to teach you how to make intelligent trades so you stop doing stupid things by doing the smart thing automatically and reacting quick enough so you don't freeze. And I'm going to help you break that barrier instead of telling you you have to break that barrier and you need to follow a game plan and you need to have the right mindset and you need to follow your game plan and all these BS phrases that we all know doesn't help. Because if you could go to traders and say follow your game plan, you know what the funniest thing about that game plan is? You want to know what the funniest thing? Who the hell creates it? What, you're telling me you have a trader who's losing money who's creating a game plan? Really? Really? You want me? Do you want me to tell you how to build an airplane? I've never built an airplane in my life. I am not qualified to build an airplane. Traders who have not broken that hump yet are not qualified to create a game plan. Why isn't anyone talking like this? You know why? Because it scares people out of the industry. And we don't want that now. We don't want that. We don't like to break the huge truth. We like to give partial little spots of the truth, just enough to lure you in. You know, like you throw the fishing rod in the water, it has a little fish dangling in there. Oh, look, it's food, and then you bite it, and it ends up that you're the food. And then you get reeled up, right? We're going to expose it. We're going to help you. We're going to teach you. We're going to bring you to that next level. We're going to show you that you could be a trader for a living. Do you know that there's a rocket engineer in our room? There's a rocket engineer who left his job at a very big government company. I'm not dropping the name, but he left his job to be a trader in the Newsbeat live room. I'm a college dropout, so I don't really have anything to fall back on, but there's doctors and there's lawyers and there's just brilliant minds coming in this room, leaving their jobs and actually doing something like this. And I would never, ever, ever encourage you to leave your job, but oh my, because I can't make that life decision for you. What do you want to tell me if you should have a Coke or a Pepsi and drink whatever you want? Drink whatever you want. I can't make those decisions for you, but there are people who are changing their lives here, and this is what we're going to do for you. And shame on you if you think you're going to write me an email to stop showing the people this. What is this, like some huge conspiracy? Like teaching people how to make money is the big no-no in the industry? Like pathetic, absolutely pathetic. And that's why I'm going out on a tangent today, teaching you even more, because honestly, it's inspirational for me. With that being said, all you had to do to call the bottom of IBKR was a simple trend line. A simple trend line. Again, from March 2nd to April 2nd. I know you're watching this. If you've never taken my trend line course, you probably can't do it because this is my invented methodology. It's not a book I read. It's not a course I took. It's not anything other than 45,000 grueling hours that I condensed to how to teach others in 3 hours because I had to do it through trial and error. Congratulations to you. You don't have to do it for trial and error. If you want to change your life and draw the most effective trend lines known to humanity, there's a link within the description. Now we're going to talk about the 1 minute strategy. So the other day, we're just right over to the game plan here. Number 3, did your 1 minute strategy work today? And the answer is it's 92% effective. You're not going to really find many days where it didn't work, ladies and gentlemen. But let's show you anyway, because Sharing is caring. So we're going to go and we're just going to show you the names we're watching here this morning. And you see NTAP, LNG, Facebook upgrade. So when you see the word upgrade, it just means I'm trying to go long because an analyst upgraded it and I like to go with the flow of news. Micron defended, meaning Micron was falling recently and someone defended. So I'm looking to buy all four of these names from our morning game plan. And this was given, of course, prior to 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's go over it. So we're going to start off with the first one, NTAP. If you don't know what the 1 minute strategy is, watch the Facebook and YouTube video that I offered you. It's the last episode. It's Newsbeat show number 117. Watch it. I don't often tell people to watch certain episodes, but if I really feel there's something that can really help you, and I'm spending all the time putting it together for you, and it costs you nothing except your time, and I value your time as the most expensive part of, you know, that is the most valuable thing in the world to me, my time. I respect your time. So if I'm here talking in front of you and you are watching, I better bring you value. I mean, otherwise, what am I doing here? NTAP upgraded today. Here's the 1 minute. Falls. All we're looking for is the first break of the 1 minute and a stop below the 1 minute for a quick scalp. Falls. Falls. The high here is 77.68. Falls. High here is 77.54. Bang! Hit 77.56. So what you do here, and I'll just zoom in and show you. What you do here is you buy through 77.54. Let's say you bought 77.55 because NTAP is a tight stock, or 77.56, as you definitely would have gone. That's the top of the candle. So you would buy through 77.54 and you would have a stop at 77.44, the bottom of the candle, right? For a break of that candle. So if you bought it there, pretty much a 10 cents-ish risk, and the stock popped to 71 cents. Stock gave you 17 cents worth of reward. Again, you're not hitting home runs off this 1 minute strategy. I explain why it's so effective, and that's why so many of the Newsbeat members in our room actually came out and did this strategy today. A lot of people did it in Facebook, and we'll show you that too. Next on our radar was LNG. Again, I am not cherry picking names. These are the four names we give in the pre-market. We give morning game plans 5 days a week, unless of course it's July 4th. And don't you love those people who are like, Mark, you didn't give one yesterday because there was no trading yesterday. Ding, light bulb, right? So right over here, LNG was the next one we were watching. Opens up 65.83, you buy through 65.83, and it goes as high as 66.21 for a move of 38 cents. Maybe you caught 10 of it, maybe you caught 15, 20, 25 of it. I'm not saying you caught it all, but you had a tight risk reward and it held, and it was easy money utilizing my 1 minute strategy. Now notice these are off of news names that I'm giving, and that's what makes them so particularly effective. And as a member of our Newsbeat Live community, you get these names 5 days a week unless it's, a holiday. So you always have money making ideas regardless of the market. Next was Facebook. Did it work in Facebook? Well, again, it's 92% effective, meaning I will be wrong 8 out of 100 times on average. I'm sure there'll be a stretch of 100 names where I'm right about 100 times. I'm telling you, it will happen, and I'm actually going to. It's funny. Remember I said that I could program this in an algorithm? What do you think what do you think one of the things I'm doing for the company that I'm working with, the extremely, extremely large, wealthy, huge company that I'm doing this for right now? What do you think I'm doing if not sharing with them this 1 minute strategy in which I'm giving you for free? You want to know the difference? They're paying an arm and a leg. They're paying an arm and a leg right now to me, right now as we speak. This is happening. They're building. I'm talking to an IT team. We're giving them homework where it's going to be so great. Guess what I'm sharing with you? Ding. Let's take a look at Facebook. So looking at Facebook here, opened up at 194.74. Again, why Facebook? Because it was number 3 on our list. Why it opens up at 194.95. Breaks through 194.95. Facebook has a penny spread, generally speaking. Cracks through, gets to 195.27, 195.40. Actually, never really looks back to 194.31, not before it starts shooting through 196. I'm not saying you caught it through 196. I'm not saying you made $1.50 on this move, but to make 25 cents, it was easy. And a lot of people actually did that strategy we taught you yesterday on Facebook and capitalized on it. Okay, so far 3 for 3. Micron defended. Micron defended. What does that mean? It means we're trying to go long. Here's the 1 minute of Micron. The high is 52.90, breaks down. The high of this candle is 52.67, breaks down. The high of this candle is 52.51. Oh, breaks 52.51 for the first time. So you have a buy through 52.51 and a stop at 52.25. The buy, your risk reward is this candlestick right here. So what does it do? Breaks to 52.68, still holds in your stop, doesn't stop you out, breaks out to 53.7. I mean, you want to milk this thing to 53.31? You want to catch 80 cents on this little silly strategy? Be my guest. For me, I make 10, 15 cents in this garbage. I'm like, buy, buy, thank you. 4 for 4. Utilizing these 4 news names, it was easy to make money. And again, I'm saying, like, if you watched the show from yesterday, I literally explained exactly how this 1 minute strategy works. And so many people in the room did it today, and they were just thrilled. And congratulations to everyone who did it. Guess what? It's a 92% chance it works tomorrow. It's a 92% chance it works the day after. Maybe those numbers go up as I have more data. Maybe it goes up to 93%. Maybe it goes down to 91%. But if you think about it, from the thousands and thousands of recorded names that I have that I've given on my game plan, 92% of them are effective with this strategy. Go figure, right? So with that being said, I said that I was gonna do you a solid here. I was gonna show you my reaction timing. And the good news is, if you wanna click on the reaction timing at the end of this video, you could go in the description and get a link. But I'm gonna show it to you, and it's right over here. And the website, again, it's being cut off here on the top, but don't worry, it's in the description. And it basically is like this: you'll see a circle. Wait until it changes color and click anywhere on the screen as quickly as you can. Your speed will be recorded over 5 attempts and your average shown. Now, just before I start, I just want to explain one thing about this. Practice actually makes you quicker by actually getting a better score the next time. Think of it like this, like you're running a race, right? You're running a mile. I ran track in high school. You're running a mile, and everybody dreams about the 4 minute mile, but we're human beings. We're not super freaks of nature where we could run 4 minute miles. So maybe you run a 6 minute mile, which is very good. Maybe you run a 6 minute mile, but then maybe you try it again and you run a 5 minute 50-second mile. Then you try it again, maybe you run a 5 minute 40-second mile. You know what your best mile is? 5 minutes 40 seconds, because that is the best you could do. By doing this, you're going to constantly improve your neurological connections inside your head to react more intelligently when you are actually trading. That is the beauty of what we're showing you. So again, the link is in the description, and I'm going to show you myself doing it. You ready? You ready? Guys in room, you ready? You ready for this? All right, let's do it. So going to click. The color of the circle is going to change from red to yellow, and my speed will be recorded over 5 attempts. All you have to do is left click. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so 0.208 was my average. You may find the last score when the dot flashed up big was your quickest reaction time. That means that the rest of the time you are not using your startle reflex to react quickly. A startle reflex is a very important reflex to know when to utilize when you're trading. This is going to help your startle reflex. This is going to help get you to that next level. See if you could get good scores. See how you could do practice. It's fun. It's free. There's a link in the description. Game plan in Forex. Very simple. I'm watching a little garbage name called ANW. That's Aegean marine petroleum. Stock pretty much exploded here today to the upside. I'm giving you a simple trigger of 205. It's actually up to 240 after hours right now, but 205 your breakout. Maybe you get some momentum and a potential trade in this one tomorrow. Again, that's Alpha Nancy Wilson, ANW, $2.05. Your breakout over there. Would you guys like all my Forex trades? Full free disclosure of all my Forex trades. And guess what? 100% of these trades are also used with the algo trendline class. There's a link in the description to that as well. That's how we called the bottom of Tesla today in real time. That's how we called the bottom of IBKR today in real time. So right here, I'm using nothing other than trend lines. This is 100% trend lines. Here are my trades. So again, you get the type of orders, they're all buys. This is not a typo. So you might see 10 standard lots here and then you multiply it by 15 and you say, is Mark crazy enough to take 150 standard lots in US dollar Canadian? And the answer is yes, I am that crazy. But here's your symbol. Um, here's the symbol. Here's exactly where I'm bidding. These are open pending orders. None of them are filled right now. They're 5 decimal places out. If I get filled and I am wrong, this is where I'm going to lose money. If I get filled and I am right, this is where I'm going to make money. So I just want to talk a little, just real quick about the US dollar Canadian trade because it's just 2.5 times heavier than you see that I'll generally do. Let's talk about that. So again, as promised, I'm just going to delete the trend lines I'm not using for it just so I can make it easier. This is called an algo buster reversal strategy. Now what happens is when you have a trend line that cuts through another line right over here that happens to be a bullish engulfing bar, stay with me. If you draw a trend line that cuts through a bullish engulfing bar breaks the prior day's low and high and closes higher, like right here, you see the low on June 14th is lower than the low on June 13th, and the high is higher than the high on June 13th, right over here on June 14th. If you pull back to this level right here, it comes up to around 1.30095. You could see on the right hand side, that would be a retrace of this trend line. Getting hit on that trend line, you're going to be right well over 8 out of 10 times if you get hit on that trend line. So when you're wondering why I'm putting such an obnoxiously sized position, I mean, with 150 standard lots, if I'm wrong on something like this, I could lose like what, 75 grand? Is that what I'm risking if I'm wrong? So it's kind of a big deal. If I'm right, then you do even better. But just looking at the US dollar Canadian, it's a very high probability trade. I'm not even saying I'm going to get filled. I might not get filled. But if it does pull down there, I am going to take the trade and I am going to take size. So I just wanted to disclose that for you. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys really enjoyed the case studies. If you did like it, make sure you thumbs it up and let me know. If you really, really, really can't stand it, write me an email and I might do another 10 of these episodes if you really, really did not enjoy it. Of course, now, ladies and gentlemen, we go into our full stock analysis. That is for Newsbeat Live members only. We're the fastest growing trading room in the nation. Happy trading, make money. We'll see you guys next time on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.